Dear white America, I must confess that I have trust issues. I know you never would have suspected I was capable of more than merely judging others, but I inspected every part of you I could see, scrutinizing every quality, studying each of your quirks, looking for some semblance, a similarity to the parts of myself that I'm too afraid to trust. And when you tell me I'm unique, I can't help but to feel shady. See, everything you perceive about me is everything that everyone else has already painted onto this canvas of my body. But when it becomes clear to you that I'm nothing more than what you wish to project on me, you will question your own values and face the same difficulty in trusting yourself as I have. But we don't want that. We want to be self-assured. We don't want unknown variables in our math equations. We don't eat noodles with split ends. We don't bow because it's a sign of subservience, and we don't speak Koreanized English. And I know you don't understand my English, but I can't help but to grit my teeth when I talk, cringing at how stupid you make yourself look. But if it's true I am a coded language, then I must be one that is easily identified, but impossible to master. One that has no rules that you can memorize, only experience. And I know it's frustrating. You can't understand me. You can't appropriate me, but you can appropriate your eyes any style you want. Matter of fact, peel your eyelids apart with your pinkies and show me just how narrow your worldview can be and how far you can stretch the truth. I'll let you fix your picture frame over my identity. Make it look more aesthetically appealing, because statistically speaking, most people like to have a sense of control, a border, a boundary on someone who doesn't fit the character descriptions, whose MO is unknown, whose defining principle is unpredictability. So you rip me in half like you tore apart our country in the war, and reconstruct me slowly and strategically on that unilateral scar. Call it a parallel so that you can satisfy your fetish for control, hoping that I mirror your every quality with the promise that you would never cross me, but it's too late for that. You pried apart my silent lips and uncovered tiger jaws. And you pulled out each of those teeth and each of those claws on each of my paws, because only when I am quiet and docile can you trust me. But a word of caution. A toothless tiger can still release its furious roar, still bite powerfully even with an empty maw, and they're still known to maul people to death with only their paws if provoked. So thank God our maws and paws teach us self-defense at home, because there is nothing deadlier than a Korean American who knows Taekwondo and a bit of poetry. See, the thing with you is that you can't trust anything you don't have a label for, that you can't control. And I don't need my mom telling me the world ain't a fair place. The only time I ever cried about that was at the moment of my birth, but nowadays laws are full of chokeholds and double binds that got my hands twisted up before I can even raise them, that got my voice breaking up before I can even raise it, that got my mind holding me back before I can even say stuff. I think of my dad having no voice but using his hands to hold up ideas, to help ethnic communities across LA rebuild this riot-torn city and each other's trust. But now we see how they react to kids who got their hands up. So how can I trust you will let me survive? When you lit the fuse here in '92 and pretended that the explosion never happened, when you pit us against our own like dogs for your amusement, when you expect us to scale your expectations but we can't get a grip on these walls of steel, and you tell us to get a grip on reality when we don't even know it's real, and then you act surprised when the next grip our hands feel is the one that gets caps peeled. When our feet don't fit in the shoes you gave us to fill, when we realize how you forced the lies onto the truth to birth defective laws and underdeveloped communities, I am no longer afraid, because fear is just a measure of what you've got to lose, and I have nothing but everything to gain and everything to change, and I will remain unknowable, random, erratic. Let screams emerge from silence, be fluid, not static. This is my world. I am my own survival tactic.